Hello, my jelly petters. My name is Jim, and this is your daily brew for the 24th of November, 2025. Door key. Okay, let's see. So, what was happening last time? Well, this is the third, right, of awareness from transference. Let's just get the real transference. We have seen recently, today for me, because I've been playing on and off all day. That the weapons on level 1 tend to be crap. Actually, we had that weapon confusion last time, but anyways, usually they're crap. Right? So weapons in the armor are usually crap, but a ring of transference is good. So it's best to have it up and ready when it's time. Um, Detect some magic. Let's see what goodies we have. So last time we were talking about, so we were saying, hey, when somebody evaluates my work, and I think not just not complimentary, I think that they've miscalibrated um, the quality of my work, then I'm angry, right? I'm I'm upset because I thought I did something good, and they said, "No, you suck," right? Um, and that's what happened with the Draw Me a Robot competition. I thought what I was doing was quite good. They thought it's sort of crap, and actually that's not true, but that's the way you end up feeling, right? Because what they said is, you've got a drawing here, and we don't think it's as good as we don't collectively think, right? Some of them did think it was better, but we don't, as a group, think that it was as good as this drawing by an actual professional artist, right? So I should not be too upset about that, right? I should not be saying, oh, they don't think I'm as good as some guy who makes his living off of art, right? Because I don't make my living off of art, so it would be surprising if I was as good as somebody who draws every day and tries very hard to figure out how to best draw things in a way that other people will like, right? You would expect somebody like that to draw things in a way that other people would like, in a reasonably well, right? So I shouldn't put words in their mouth, right? And say they think I'm shit. Except for, I lost 3 times in a row. I can explain all of them and not be offended if I want to. But I'm still offended because I do think that I'm better than half of the people there. I think I'm better than 3/4 of the people there, to be honest. And my drawings are better. So Their refusal to acknowledge that makes me angry. Right? It's not even necessarily the artists, right? It's people who happen to be there, right? So there are artists there. There are lots of artists. It's a good stuff for Detect Magic. Chainmail is good. With there is good empowerment. It's good. I don't have any dudes, but should I? Next level or two, get some opportunities with the dudes I know I can come back up here with them and do amazing things, right? So this is good. So obviously, at some level, I get upset when other people's evaluations of me do not match up with my self-evaluation, in the negative sense. But I also generally get upset with people when their evaluations of me are better than my self-evaluation, right? So I'd say, what do you mean by that? I mean, um, pretty strictly that um, for example, when I first met Jerry, he said nice things, right, about my art. Um, didn't necessarily get me upset. With the paralysis, very nice. Because he said things like, "Oh, you're marking out the space on your drawing. That's what a professional does." He said, and I was like, "Well, not a professional, but yeah, I've listened to a couple, and I've got reason to do it for this thing because when he met me, I was working on a one of those month-long challenges on Instagram for art. The uh, creation, create, creature. I don't know how to pronounce it. The creature in area or something like that. So it was, just draw monsters all month, and I thought that was cool, right? Um, so because I thought that was cool, I did it. However, I had to keep the drawings of a size, right, that I could get them all done in the right amount of time. So that being good. Chanting. I'm not really sure what to do with it now, so I'll do it. That guy is likely to go to the whip of paralysis. The other ones. F is sanctuary. Right. I is teleportation. Okay, good. Have to go back anyway. So, in a way, I was a little bit embarrassed by Jerry's, um, but I skipped the part where Jerry starts. At least Jerry now. Sort of overpraising. Oops, another ogre. Was I right? J paralysis. However, this time I have secret weapon. All right. So at some point, my friend Jerry, he is my way down is over here. I have a levitation. No, I might want to go down to that spot down there though. Have telepathy. No. I don't know which way he went. He chose. Should be fine. Got that? Transference. Transference goes a long way. And as long as I'm here, I may as well pick up that stuff. With the whip of paralysis, I want to. Shit. Okay, that's the only one of them. It. Where did we go? War, stupid goddamn. So let's go. Information process sanctuary. I don't want confusion. Yeah, it goes the other way. So I go this way. Those guys don't have anything good. So I'm okay. Identify. Do I need to identify? I don't need to identify right now. Okay. So then you start saying things like, "You're my hero. I wish I could be as good as you." Blah blah blah. And at first, it's annoying, but there's a difference between these two scenarios. The big difference is that if somebody keeps telling me I'm good, I might eventually start to believe it, right? And that's problematic. And that's actually what one thing that this Romeo robot competition is actually good for. It lets me calibrate exactly how bad an artist I am. So I don't get to the point where I think I'm good at something I'm not. I mean, to me, it's a shame. I wish I was as good as my friend thought my friend tells me he thinks I am. Yeah, it's a good place for a sanctuary. Oops. So there must be a secret door around here somewhere. So people do want to be complimented, but they want to be complimented well. Saying something like, "I have a life." No. Plus 3 scale, that was probably better than plus 2. Oh, shit. Okay, well, back to P. Can the Blade Master. Okay. So you want to be complimented in a way that you do not think is, over the top. So we're pretty happy with it, with the compliment. You do this like you do this like a professional would, right? That's not saying you're amazing. It's not saying you're shit. What it's saying is this is something that you do, which reminds me of a profession. Like this is a good thing that you do. This is a good way that you act. Um, Again, we're happy with it. We're happy with being told the things we do, that we're doing good practices. Might even be happy with, I like the way you draw your hands, or, um, I think the women you draw are very pretty, right? And, I would be happy with it. I draw a lot of hot chicks, and I like it when other people like the hot chicks I draw. Not weird. Not weird at all. But um, if someone tries to tell me that they think I'm the next Frank Frazetta, or even if they tell me that women, the women I draw, remind them of Frank Frazetta, to be honest, I might not be able to make this. Um, this might trigger something and make me think that something's a little off, right? So, yes, I want to be thought of as a good artist, but I want to be thought of as better than I am, better than I think I look that maybe I want to be thought of as a little bit better than I think I am, but not a whole lot, right? I want people to, um, that's one way to get rid of them. Damn, have a detect magic. I can use that if I think I need it. Um, have a life, any hallucination. Good. transference makes it safe-ish. Still takes a long time. And I was saying that, next place that I'm not sure, the Substack, I'm not sure how it's going to go. So the move B, move P, get to a safe place. Equip P. So thing that so many dar. Who's he carrying? What's he carrying? Another detect magic. Is the up? How do I find my way up? That's down. See no way up. Is there anything that was in shadows? It's vitally important that I know the way up. If I'm going to win the game, I need to know where the up staircase is. So it doesn't find one. Oh, there we go. I thought it was around here. Okay. So I will use a detect magic here. Oh, there's a good thing here. Good. Doesn't show me what it is. This level. Should be able to do this with the transference, but this is not great. Quickly. I'm just going to use that identify I on B. Dampening, not great. But better than not dampening, right? Okay. You know what I really wanted in this case was okay, good ring of transference, ring of regeneration or ring of light. Discord, not so great. Chainmail, good. But I've got a good chainmail, so the best thing here is regeneration. Maybe I should get rid of some of these things. Leather armor, splint mail, chain mail. Yeah. Anything else here to get rid of? Curse. Okay. I was trying to test that. So the wolf hike is bad. That was the only thing there. All right, so that's actually a level. All right, so don't have any nudes, so I can't test that maple stat. What can I could have tested it off those guys. Oops. Ooh, a special tackle. That's awesome. something. This is not. I did not have a good spot to run, and I got hit with a net trap. Such is life. So once again, I did not do anything, but I think I got my general point across that um, maybe invisibility would have worked. They already knew where I was. Sap peeling. Okay, so nothing locally. Maybe I should have done something else earlier. So basically, if somebody's evaluation of you is not matching your own evaluation of you, that causes some dissonance, that makes you unhappy. But if somebody keeps calling you great, it's going to go to your head. If somebody keeps calling you great, you're going to change your self-assessment. That could happen with people telling you you're crap, but um, that really depends, right? So again, with the um, drawings, the problem is I also get to see the other drawing, right? So my self-assessment when looking at those other drawings, if I say to myself, if I had drawn that, what would I think? Means that I think I'm better than three-quarters of the people that are entering in general. At least the submissions are better because just like my submissions aren't necessarily my best work. Same is true with other things. Like I said, the professional that I lost to, I didn't think it was his best work. I think he had a couple of things that he drew just before, just after that were much, much better. Um, but that dissonance is palpable, right? That dissonance makes you upset. Um, so even if like I can explain it in terms that should not make me upset. Like two of those three, they were better. I mean, it's just random. It happens, right? And I think in general, since the guy who runs Romeo Rebecca Eric, he seems to, in a general area, in a general time frame of submissions, he looks at them and he says, okay, these two look kind of similar, and he tends to put more similar ones together, but he tends to match them by the time frame. So, in fact, I chose a really bad time to submit because when I put them together originally, when I went through from the beginning to the end and I just took all the pictures and I put them one by one, I put them in rows of five. My row of five had three of the six pictures that I liked the most, right? And mine, and then one I didn't like. So I was in a particularly bad spot. Chances are, um, I was going to get a really tough draw, and I knew that. I knew that a few days beforehand. But, and I looked at it and I said, I'm probably going to be put against this guy. And in fact, I was put against that guy. And I said, crap. So, couldn't you have done the guy before him? You know. But that means I lost three times in a row. Right? Got, I got, I got washed out first round. You're shit. So that means, in general, that I'm on the bottom quarter. Right? That's what it should mean. Right? So it's random. So you're in the bottom quarter, dude. You suck. But I don't suck. That's the problem. And then you can tell me how much I suck next time because I will really remember next time to show you my um, crappy comic on Substack.